right? So, got Uncle Do Dirty in the house.
Yeah.
At Black Hollywood, your nephew let us use a shop, man. We appreciate it. And I appreciate you coming on my new show, New Testament.
Okay.
It's just about God didn't stop talking to us, so why did they stop writing the Bible, right?
Right.
So I want to get the gospel of real people who I believe God speaks to every day.
Yeah.
So you have experiences that I don't have, and I want to get that, and we get the gospel of Uncle Do Dirty.
For sure.
Alright, so first question I got for you is, if you were with God right now and he asked you who you were, how would you introduce yourself to God? Who would you say you were?
I would tell him that I'm a survivor of the United States penitentiary industrial system, baptized many times in here. But my government name is Theodore Lamont Wilson III. But on the streets, everybody call me Do Dirty because I did a little dirt when I was out there, and I did a little dirty here.
Okay, tell me about the first time you felt like life was guiding you towards incarceration. Like, you know, I know it's a trap out here, so you know what I'm saying, especially growing up in the time you grew up in LA.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about that. Like, what was that like?
Well, look, man, I grew up in the 90s. For a young black man, the penitentiary was the first college we all put our application in for. You see what I'm saying? And like, I can remember, so it was a thing to where like, you don't ask if I'm gonna go. It's a thing of when I'm gonna get there. I was a youngster. My grandma used to tell me, man, go outside and make sure you're home before the police get behind you. And a lot of times I didn't make it home. You know what I'm talking about?
What was the biggest lesson that you learned in prison?
Biggest lesson? The biggest lesson I learned in prison was prison ain't nothing but a human zoo. You know what I'm saying? And all the inmates, we just exhibits. And it's ran like a zoo. You see what I'm saying? The guards, they like the zookeepers. You got your COs, they middle management. And then you hear about the warden, he like the God that you know about but don't never see. You see what I'm saying? So, but what it really is, it's really about them prison politics. Now that's where the game is at, prison politics.
Okay, we always hear that, prison politics. Like, what does that actually mean? Like, when people say prison politics, like, what does that even mean?
Well, let me give you the 3 yard commandments. See, the first rule on the yard is keep your mouth shut. You don't be no snitch. I don't care what you saw. You don't say nothing, and you don't know nothing. Number 2, don't drop the soap. That's a slippery slope that you don't want to find out about. And number 3 is one of the most important, man. I'm gonna say, look, don't let nobody do you no favors in here. Because if somebody do you a favor, they gonna want something in return, and you got to give it up when they ask for it.
So can you walk me through what your first day in prison was like?
My first day in prison, man, this when I realized that if you don't protect your mind, you're gonna go crazy. So I'm walking in, I meet my cellie, OG named Pops, big dude, swole up, whatever, you know. And he don't say hi, the nigga phone checks me, say phone check. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, I'm arrogant. I said, nigga, it ain't even no phone in here, homie. He put the bass in his phone. He said, phone check, nigga. Big nigga stood up on me, and nigga, I start pretending like I had a phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to call you back. I hung up the phone. This nigga pick up the phone after me, cussing out his ex-wife. Full conversation. I'm like, man, it's crazy in here. And that's when I knew, nigga, this gonna be a hell of a ride, man. That's my first day. Got phone check without a phone.
Give me something, like, flip it a little bit. What's something that you didn't expect from prison?
Or didn't expect from prison? Man, some showers, man. Like, you know, I didn't grow up playing a lot of ball, so I wasn't in on the showers, man. But in pen, look, they got some rules. Don't be the first one in the shower, don't be the last one out. You're the first one that think you Peter Case. You know what I'm saying? If you're the last one, they think you ass watch. So you don't want to be the last one in there, because somebody might slip you some life in there, and I'm talking about real life. So when they say you're doing life in the pen, it could be 2 ways. It could be a sentence or a shower.
I'm a writer, Hollywood. I see a lot of Hollywood prison films, but I've also talked to a lot of people who've been in prison, and I could tell that a lot of those are lies, right? So what would you say is the biggest lie that Hollywood tells about prison?
One of the biggest lies Hollywood tell is you got a bunch of niggas in there working out with free weights all the time, everybody walking around all swole. They don't do nothing but work out. Man, look here, man. They done took the weights out the prisons early on, man. Ain't nobody in there doing no type of work. They might do his push-ups and his burpees, but that's it. And me, I was opening up top ramen packs and putting honey buns to my face, man. But and another thing, they want you to think that people in prison are stupid. These are some of the most well-read brothers you ever gonna encounter. I'm talking about niggas reading books all day long, man. So that's the lie they tell, that all we do is work out and don't read, man.
In an effort to save Do Dirty, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk to 21-year-old Do Dirty. If you got the opportunity to go back and talk to 21-year-old Do Dirty, what would you tell them?
Man, first thing I tell them is listen to your grandma. You know what I'm saying? Streets don't love nobody. They didn't love your brother. They didn't love your daddy. You know, and you're gonna end up somewhere just like this. So I tell him, man, leave them streets alone. The streets, you know, everybody you out there riding for, they ain't gonna ride for you. You're gonna be in here all by yourself. You calling people, they ain't answering the phone no more. The streets done moved on without you. And everybody that you out there trying to put hands on, you gonna see them in here and you ain't gonna do nothing to them, because there's more politics in here than the U.S. government got. You know what I'm saying? So stay out of here, man. Stay in school, do all the shit they telling you to do, man. That's what I tell them. Stay your ass up out of here.
All right, so sticking to that, this is New Testament, this is the Revelations part, right?
Okay.
So if God asked Do Dirty why he should let him into heaven, what would you say?
God asked Do Dirty. I would tell him, I spent my whole life in hell. I've been in this living hell for 27 years. You know what I'm saying? I done paid my debt to hell, and I know it's something better. And it's a lot of stuff I did wrong, but I tried. You see what I'm saying? I tried, and I'm still trying. And there's a lot of people out there I could touch. That's what I'll tell them. I'm still trying to touch people now. I ain't trying to hurt them. I'm trying to touch them.
And if you still didn't get in?
Ain't no not getting in, man. But I'll say it like this. If I had to look at God in his face and he act like these fake judicial judges out here and he want to over-sentence me for being in hell, I'll say, well, look, man, I already got money on my books. You know, show me where the top ramen at. Give me some old honey buns and show me to my bunk. Cause I've been in hell.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add to this? You want to say any last words you want to put?
Yeah, I'll say this, man. Just because my name Do Dirty don't mean I'm gonna always do dirt. You know, I'm trying to live a cleaner life, and you know, don't end up like me. When I say don't end up like me, don't spend most of your life caged like an animal in this human zoo. You know, make something of yourself. It ain't too late. That's what I'll say.
You can give me an outro. Just let them know this is the Gospel of Do Dirty.
This is the Gospel of Do Dirty, chapter 17, page 26, man. Yeah, the Gospel of Do Dirty.